What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some major news from the Fed, the Federal Reserve, and Jerome Powell, which is going to affect millions and millions of Americans and your money. I'm going to give you guys the details of it here in this video. Also, Amazon, one of the largest companies in the United States and one of the largest employers, is sending out $2.5 billion to Americans and why they may owe you some money. I'll give you the details of that here in this video as well. All this and more in this video. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here. And if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. And click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. Take a look here. Okay, first up, the Fed has started to cut interest rates here with their recent interest rate cut decision. However, we may not see it happen here again, as a lot of people are thinking. Take a look here. Sharp disagreements over economy threaten Federal Reserve interest rate cuts. Also, Fed minutes, which is basically the notes from their last meeting, show divide over the October rate cut and cast doubt about another rate cut here in December. That's right. So the U.S. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell held a press conference here at the end of October that led to an interest rate cut. And the economy is hoping for more interest rate cuts here in a few days. But we're now learned that Federal Reserve officials were at odds during their October meeting over cutting interest rates, divided over whether a stalling labor market or stubborn inflation were bigger economic threats. Minutes released have now shown. While the FOMC approved a decent small rate cut at the last meeting, the path forward looks less certain. Disagreement stretched into the outlook for December, with officials expressing skepticism about the need for more interest rate cuts that markets have been widely anticipating, with many saying that no more interest rate cuts are needed this year. Quote, several participants assess that a further lowering of target range for the federal funds interest rates could well be appropriate in December if the economy evolved about as they expected over the coming intermeeting period. Many participants suggested that under their economic outlooks, it would likely be appropriate to keep the target rate unchanged for the rest of the year. So we're seeing some dissent in the Fed presidents, basically the board of directors who vote on interest rate, raising them, lowering them, or keeping them the same. And this affects the interest rates that you pay for your credit cards, mortgage rates, refinance rates, car loans, car leases, personal loans, basically every type of interest rate that's out there, including interest rates the government is paying. And the government's paying around $1 trillion a year in interest alone. So a lot of people want to see lower interest rates, especially with sky-high credit card interest rates that were just recently at the highest rates they had ever been, 30 plus % on average, which is insane, which means you're paying almost 100% in just 3 years interest, which means if you have a $10,000 balance, you're paying $10,000 in interest in just 3 years, and you still owe the $10,000 to the bank, which is insane. And in a recent video, we went over how just the difference between a mortgage on your home from 3% to 6%, which we had 3% interest on mortgages just 5 years ago, can cost you an additional, it was like $200,000 or $300,000 over the course of a 30-year loan. just at 3% of interest rates. So interest rates really, really matter in how much they cost you and how much it costs you over the long run. So, a lot of people want to see lower interest rates, and so does the government. They're paying $1 trillion for round numbers in interest every single year. So if you're a president, no matter who the president is, if it's, Trump, Biden, Obama, anybody, right? 4 years of presidency equals $4 trillion in interest. I mean, yikes. So, I'll keep you up to date here on this. Next up, a bipartisan group of senators called on the Trump administration to immediately release funds aimed at helping low-income Americans heat and cool their homes, especially as we're going into the winter season. In a letter to Health and Human Services HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., 31 senators pressed for the release of the LIHEAP funds, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Most of the signatures were Democrats, but they were joined by Republican senators as well. We request that you quickly release LIHEAP funds at the highest level possible so that low-income households do not have to choose between paying for heat and affording other necessities like food or medicine, they wrote. The funding was delayed by the government shutdown, but on Friday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer also accused the Trump administration of slow-walking it. In response, HHS blamed Schumer and the shutdown in a social media post, adding that it was expediting internal procedures to accelerate the disbursement of LIHEAP funds as soon as possible. However, he also raised concerns about the Trump administration's move earlier this year to fire all of the staffers who worked on LIHEAP. All of them. The people that helped the pieces fall into place have all been fired. I'm assuming that's going to slow things down. Wow. Quote, every day that passes in the Northeast, especially New England, there are people that have to do without it in order to buy fuel for their homes. Also, check your email because Amazon could be sending or is sending out payments in $2.5 billion settlement over Prime subscriptions. Yeah. If you're one of the millions of people who were signed up for Amazon Prime, quote, without your permission or through deceptive practices, I think, you may want to check your email inbox. The company has started providing automatic refunds from a $2.5 billion settlement it reached with the FTC earlier this year. The FTC previously accused Amazon of using deceptive methods to register millions of customers for paid Prime subscriptions, then making it difficult for those customers to cancel. In September, the FTC said Amazon would not only have to pay $2.5 billion in settlements, but cease unlawful enrollments and cancellation practices for Prime. That includes creating a clear button to allow you to cancel your Prime membership, among other adjustments. The FTC says that $1 billion will go towards a civil penalty, leaving $1.5 billion for refunding customers. There are 3 requirements you have to meet to qualify for any chunk of that money. First, you have to be a U.S. Prime member. Second, you have had to have signed up with Amazon's challenged enrollment flow or tried and failed to cancel your subscription. Either needs to have happened between June 23, 2019 and June 23, 2025. And finally, you had to have used less than 3 Prime memberships benefits like Prime Music, Prime Video, or during any one-year period after becoming a Prime member. If you meet all 3 criteria, you may receive a refund of your subscription fees through the FTC says this will be capped at $51. Listen up because this is important. There is some major changes going on in Medicare. You can see here United Health is dropping 1 million seniors from Medicare Advantage And this is not the only change. There are many changes that have happened going from 2025 into 2026 for Medicare and Medicare Advantage and even Medicare Part D. And you need to know about this because this could make significant changes to your plans, and you might not be on the right plan either, and this could cost you money. And there's significant plans that actually have kind of a rebates that can give you money back. And with our partner, Chapter Medicare, the average senior that has used Chapter Medicare has saved around $1,100. And using their services is completely free. I put a phone number here on the screen and a pinned comment down below so you can contact Chapter Medicare right now because it's open enrollment only for a few more days. So Chapter Medicare can help you or your loved one find the best plan that is best for you and possibly save you a lot of money in the process. So call that phone number or click the pinned comment link down below right now. So make sure to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live. I will keep you up to date, and share this video with your friends or on social media so they can get this information too. Click here to see Trump saying he wants to send out direct payments for health care in this video, or click here to see a $1,200 check for Social Security.